AM 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 4 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. Beautiful Monday. Hope you're doing well. Our next guest sent us a really, really colorful package, Robin. Randi Brill is on the phone. She's got a book she wants to tell us about. More than a book, though. There's like a candy bar in there or something.
I know, it's still intact.
99 Creative Wows, Words of Wisdom for Business. Randi, oh, no wonder this is so attractive. She's a graphic designer. She's the Chief Creative Officer and Lab Guru for QuaraCore and the founder of Teacher Peach. And again, the book 99 Creative Wows, Words of Wisdom for Business. I can't wait to hear about this. Randi Brill, good morning, Randi. Nice to have you on the show.
Well, it's really awesome to be here. Thank you, guys.
Where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from beautiful Chicago, where we actually have a little bit of warm weather.
Nice.
Finally, the winter's over, huh?
We don't ever say that in Chicago, but we're prepared for anything and everything, which is what makes us so tough and strong.
Do you know what's amazing to me? As I look through your book and the different words of wisdom for business, what's amazing to me is that sometimes that's all it takes, is something that will inspire you to do something maybe a little differently, or to treat your customers a little differently, or approach something a little differently. And just a few words in your book can do that.
Well, that's the whole intent here, is to give people in today's world who are moving so fast instantaneous sound bites that they can just read and apply immediately. It's all about building confidence, guys.
So did you learn
giving people the courage?
I read your bio, and I don't think you consider yourself a business person, but it said somewhere that you wrote.
Oh, I most certainly do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
I'm an entrepreneur. I start companies. I build things. That's what I do. I color for a living, and I don't stay in the lines all that often.
Okay, that's why.
No, I'm most definitely a business person. Actually, I call myself a simultaneous entrepreneur as opposed to a serial entrepreneur. Serial entrepreneurs create one business after another. Simultaneous ones like me, we kind of just do it all at once.
And you have an ability of art. You have an art ability, and I think maybe that plays a role, but everybody doesn't have that same gift that you have. So do you?
No.
Do you give people a way to, I guess, maybe attract somebody like yourself, so that, like in your case, you can do it all yourself, but other people might need help, right?
Well, here's the thing. Everybody has gifts. They're all right inside there with you. I mean, your gifts are different than mine. I couldn't do radio. I mean, well, maybe I could, but I haven't yet. The key here is, with this book, what I'm hoping to do is inspire people to take that next step, whatever it is. Whether it is opening up a business that you have always wanted to open, whether it is figuring out a new way to do something, whether it is something you want to figure out in your personal life. These 99 wows, or words of wisdom, they're split up into 3 different categories: business, personal, and creative. And the reason for that is that they all kind of fall into one of those big buckets, but they really spill over into all 3. Is that making sense?
That makes sense, yes.
And sometimes people don't realize they have the entrepreneurial spirit. I know when I had my first child 41 years ago, I had no place to set him down when I changed his diapers, so I just made something, and then I would take it with me. And then who knew, a few years later, there was somebody that marketed that. I mean, I always, live out of necessity and not out of entrepreneurialism.
Oh, you never know. The entrepreneurial gene, or that DNA, I think lurks in a lot of people. Sometimes life circumstances doesn't give you the opportunity, or it doesn't overtly present itself for people to tap into that DNA. People ask me all the time, can you become an entrepreneur? Did you become one, Randi? I don't believe I ever became one. I believe I always was one. I was running businesses out of the second floor, out of my room when I was a little kid. I think some kids just have it. I also think many people, like they say, children have an innate curiosity, and then as they move through life, that gets quieter and quieter. That may also be true of that entrepreneurial bite or DNA, as you call it.
One of the words of wisdom pages that kind of really resonated with me, I guess, is number 17. Just start. You'll figure out the next step after the first. That's kind of how I work. That's
Wow.
I'm not a mechanic, but I took apart my car one time just to figure out what was wrong.
Oh, that would never happen to me. Never, never, never.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same philosophy that you just outlined.
Exactly. It's exactly the same philosophy. Sometimes people are so afraid to act that they hide behind planning. I do a lot of publishing. I do a lot of work where people will say, "Oh, well, we're working on the plan. We're working on the plan." Well, that's awesome. But guess what? We can't sell the plan.
Right.
We can't publish the plan.
Right.
Sometimes you have to jump in with both feet or both sets of crayons or whatever your tools of the trade are, whether it is a socket wrench. I don't know. Mm-hmm. But you just, the other thing that taking your car apart did for you was it forced you to have to put it back together. Right.
Right. And this was before Google or YouTube, so I had to actually buy a book.
We're very happy when people access info like that, but it does help you put things back together. It's basically we trap ourselves into action when we do something like that.
One of the things that you focus on is the family. You stress family
very
first.
much so. Well, that's my rule. That's what works for me. It doesn't work for everybody, but in my set of filters and what I use to figure out what I'm going to do or not do, family first matters. That's the way I was raised. That's the way I live my life. And if what you're doing does not allow you to put your priorities into that right alignment, maybe you're not doing the right things at the right time in the right way.
Gosh. Number 79 says, honor your word. It's all you've got.
You got that one.
Look, we are in the business of words. We talk on the radio. And I have said this over and over and over. There is not going to be any audience if we try to fool them into believing that this pill is going to make them skinny or that this product is going to make them happy or anything. They can see right through you. So we have no choice but to simply be honest.
Well, and here's the thing. When I talk about honor your word, it's all you've got, really the key to that is exactly what you're saying, taking it a little bit further, which is when you there's another one. When you say no when you mean it. I don't have the words exactly right, and I wrote it. But because if you tell people no, then when you tell them yes, they'll believe you. And honoring your word
that's good.
means telling the truth. Tell the truth, and honor if you say you're going to do something and you give your word, oh my goodness, do it. Because trust is what we all rely upon to make decisions and to take actions. Trusting others and trusting ourselves. And that's a big part of what these wows do, is hopefully give people the courage and confidence to say, you know what, I got this. I can do this. I may not have it all figured out, but I can take the first 4 steps. Oh my gosh, I'm 4 steps into it. And sometimes that helps.
And what's really great about what you're doing is that you also send books to the people that are already famous. I mean, you put them in the gift bags for the already upper echelon.
Well, I'm going to tell you, we were really, really fortunate that this book was selected to go into the goodie bag that was distributed to the nominees for the Best Actor, Actress, Director categories and supporting actors. It was a real special thing. And if you think about it, where else will creativity and business come into contact with each other in such a powerful way? This book is for people who are just starting out. It's also for people who manage business and creativity and impact and influence others every single day. So it was a perfect fit. You're right.
The book is called 99 Creative Wows, Words of Wisdom for Business. It's written by Randi Brill, and it comes with a bunch of other things, like a candy bar. And
I want to clarify that.
Oh, okay.
The book itself is what is for sale. It's
Okay.
on Amazon.
Oh, okay.
You can purchase the book, and you can also purchase it in an ebook format. It's a Kindle product as well. The materials that you received, evidently, were what we put together for people to review the book, because what we're hoping is anyone who buys this book is going to clip it and mark it and write it on it and make it your own and fold over the corners of the ones that resonate. And so when we send it out to be reviewed, we include some of those materials to simply give reviewers a sense of the creativity that's involved. But the book itself is something we want people to really digest and consume. One of the things that's so special about this book is you can open it on Tuesday and be in a certain place in your life and find a wow that resonates with you.
Yeah.
And then the following Thursday, something else could be going on, and another wow. It's like, wow, that really works for me today. So while there are 99 of them, you don't read this book from cover to cover. You can browse it. You can look at the colors. You can look at the words. You can stop where you stop. You can pick one a day. A lot of different ways to interact with this information, depending on where you are in your life. This book meets you where you are.
There you go. It'll boost your creativity. It'll give you some ideas and maybe get you back on track if you've gotten off of it. I like the one also. I'm not looking at it right now, but it's something to the effect of only you can sell yourself short, so don't. I like that.
That's exactly what it says. And, sometimes we're our own worst enemies, and if we could just believe in ourselves a little bit more,
that's right,
we can take that first step.
I agree with that. Randy, thank you for being on the air, and good luck with everything.
Our pleasure.
99 Creative Wows. The book, the website is 99wows.com.
Yes, and it's also available on Amazon. You can just click on and order the book.
Okay, excellent.
We hope you do.
Thank you, Randy.
Thanks so much. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
We'll be right back.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't happen if you say